Gsluke dfs here for another prize picks preview for this week's Farmers Insurance Open. Here in this quick hitter video, we're going to cover my top 4 props to target for the Thursday slate. If you guys haven't heard of prize picks before, that is the prop market for DFS sports. You can pick your favorite props from a variety of different sports, whether it's golf, football, basketball. They even have some esports, disc golf on there as well, and you can combine them to make whatever type of card you want. Of course, these are going to be my favorite golf plays, but if you guys are playing NBA DFS, NFL DFS this weekend, whatever the sport, you guys can, of course, combine some of those plays and make a card with some of these golf plays as well. So with that being said, let's hop right into it. First off with a review of yesterday's picks. Yesterday's picks weren't great. Just going to go ahead and start there. We went 1 for 3, ended up having one of our props push, and didn't end up winning any of our cards. So it was far from ideal. We are definitely looking to improve on that and have quite a bit of room to do so. We did hit the over on 12.5 greens of regulation on Sam Burns. Ended up pushing our over 4 bets with Jordan Spieth, which he couldn't make any putts. That was really frustrating. He had 5 or 6 putts within 10 feet for birdie, and it couldn't really cash through. So that was a push there. We did end up losing on the Xander under 8.5 fairways. He ended up hitting 9 fairways, so lost that one by the hook. That was a little bit tough to swallow. And the Horschel under 12 greens in regulation was a massive loss. He had almost every single green in regulation. We were obviously betting on the long-term iron form, which hasn't looked very good for Billy Horschel, but he definitely had that working yesterday. So moving on to today's slate. Again, a lot of room for improvement, and we're going to be targeting the fantasy score prop, which tends to be a little bit less volatile than some of these other individual statistics, like a greens in regulation or a fairway percentage that can swing wildly from round to round, with at least a player's score a little bit more consistency there. And when we get into our picks here in a second, you'll see that all of them will be fantasy score props. All right, guys, on the screen, you can see our picks for today. We're going to start off with Cameron Davis, the over on 70 fantasy points. Of course, if you're new to prize picks, particularly for golf, fantasy scores, essentially just their score for the day. So if we expect them to score over a 70, that would be 2 under par at the South course. You'd want to be taking the over. And for Cam Davis, even though he's a part of my player pool for this golf tournament, not sure I can really invest in the under at 70. I mean, the scoring average over at the South course was over 70 today. It was 70.78, whereas on the North course, where he did all of his damage today, was able to get past 4 under par. That shot near 69, right? It was near a 4-stroke difference between these two golf courses. So as a result, as much as I like Cam Davis, I'm going to be a lot of inherent value in the over here. For Cam Davis, I have his median score for tomorrow right around 71.2, which gives a lot of freeway, right? If he ends up scoring 1 stroke better than his average, would still end up hitting the over there. Of course, if he goes out there, has a ceiling type of round, could hit the under, right? So it's not out of the complete realm of possibility. But when we take a look at percentages, you're looking at right around a 60 to a 65% chance that he hits the over here. So in terms of expected value, it's exactly what I'm looking for on these type of props. And he's going to be the 1 over that we're taking for the South course. And now for the last 3 targets, you can see they're all playing on the North course, and I'm taking the under on all of them. So let's start with Matthew Wolff at 71.5. This is an egregiously incorrect line. He's somebody who might not be in the best form of late, but the scoring average on the North course, again, close to 69, and he is a well above average player in this field. So at the very least, we should expect him to get to 69, let alone another 2.5 strokes higher than that. So almost a free square on the slate. I have a lot more conviction in the under on Matthew Wolff than I do the over on Cameron Davis. But if you guys don't know, in golf, we do have to take at least 1 over, 1 under to make a prop card, which definitely complicates things there. So I do like Matthew Wolff on the under there, almost a pure lock for me on today's slate. Next up, we have Keegan Bradley, also playing on the North course, and he's at 70, right? Sorry, 71. He was at 70 a little bit earlier. Of course, I'm going to be taking the under at 71. He ended up shooting -2 today on the harder golf course, the South golf course. He gets a better setup tomorrow. He's better at shorter golf courses. Also at golf courses where driving accuracy matters. Keegan Bradley, one of the more accurate drivers and one of the longer drivers in all the world. It really comes down to the putting. But the thing is, because we're dealing with such an easy golf course where the scoring average is a whole 2 strokes lower than what we're projecting him at here at 71, going to be a very safe play, and much like a Matthew Wolff, almost a free square. So again, the only reason they weren't my number 1 and 2 plays there, reason Cameron Davis came in a little bit higher, is we have to take the over there. So I do really like going to Keegan Bradley. He has the ball striking we're looking for, the prerequisite distance to take a place low, and in terms of his volatility, he's one of the lower volatile players on the tour because of his ball striking acumen. He doesn't get himself into a whole lot of trouble, and sure, while his putting can hold him back from time to time, he doesn't get into trouble with the putting, right? Sure, he might have trouble scoring from time to time, but it's not like he has to score very much to beat a 71 fantasy score. So really like him there. One of my favorite plays on the slate. And lastly, we got Marc Leishman, a little bit more of an aggressive prediction here at 69.5 for his prop there. But if he has a better than average day, is going to blow that out of the water. Again, he's playing on the North Course. The scoring average is lower than 69.5, and he's an immaculate course fit. This is somebody who's won at the Farmers Insurance Open before, somebody who has routinely finished in the top 15 when he hasn't won here at Torrey Pines. He's got the long iron game we're looking for, one of the best players out of the rough per the metrics, and the putting on Poa Anua, the surface that we'll have here all week at Torrey Pines. He's also a top 5 player in the world. So he was somebody I was on for a lot of my DraftKings picks going into the week. So of course, over here on Prize Picks, when we get a very soft line at just 69.5, you know I'm going to be taking the under there. He's somebody who, again, he has to have just an average performance to go out there and have a very good week, which puts the odds of this hitting the under at right around 60-65% like a Cameron Davis. So not quite the locks that we have down here with a Keegan Bradley and a Matthew Wolff that I don't see hitting the over maybe more than 10-12% of the time. A little bit closer to a 50-50 for a Cameron Davis or somebody like a Marc Leishman, but I like getting a lot of the exposure here to a 4 prop card. And of course, if you're not really feeling going out there and playing a flex play, you can of course just use a power play and take a little bit more of a conservative approach. That's all I've got for today's Prize Picks content. Hopefully today's picks a little bit better than what we had for Wednesday. Was a little bit of a stinker. Sorry for that, guys. Going to happen from time to time. I feel a lot more confident about the picks we have today, though, so let's go ahead and have ourselves a day. I appreciate you guys stopping by, enjoying the content. If you haven't already liked the video, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, highly recommend you guys go ahead and do so before you get out of here. We're going to have even more Prize Picks content for coming for golf throughout the weeks. Of course, regular golf DFS content that I've been posting here on the channel. And if you haven't already seen my NBA, my NFL, or my MMA content, I'm posting that for a lot of the major events as well. So lots to come, lots that you don't want to be missing out on. So make sure you subscribe so none of that misses your YouTube poll there. On top of that, good luck with all of your prize picks for today. Happy prop hunting. If there's any props that you guys have any strong leans on, I would love to hear about them down in the comments as well. So go ahead and let me know what props you'll be taking. Maybe you'll be tailing some of my picks. Maybe you have a few others of your own that you'd like to share. Either way, go ahead and comment that below.